Well, 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 well. Look who is back from the beaches, uh, Puerto Vallarta. It is your favorite whimsical whimsy. I'm glad to be back in the saddle again. We've got a lot to talk about. As many of you know, I was on vacation for about 5 days. I had a rollicking good time. A good time was had by all, but I didn't have much of a vacation because the entire time all I did was work, writing everyone about Oasis One, the peace proposal for the rebuild of Gaza. hmm Give it up to me. Yes. So I spent a lot of time writing and working uh, by the pool. And it made me think, why did I come back early? I got so much work done, you guys. You have no idea. Hello, Fran. Uh, your call time is 4:45 p.m. Please log on to the link. I will be sending it to you again on Tuesday. Yes, that is the pre-meeting before we go live. So we check our equipment, make sure there's no bugs. So I'll see you, Fran, on Tuesday at 4:45 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Yes, log on. Chuck and I will be waiting for you, and we're going to have a little meeting about the show. Yes, so that everything goes swimmingly, because we want Fran, our author, to shine. For those of you who don't know, we have just finished up a really great book. You still have time to read it, 1001 Nights by F.L. Kalb. F.L. Kalb is in our studios right now. Hello. So she'll be here this Tuesday with Chuck for an intense interview. She was inspired by 1001 Nights, Arabian Tales. Is that what they call it? Anyway, it's one of the Arabian Tales. The point is that it's good stuff, and we're going to be talking about it this Tuesday. Our next book after that, after we finish up 1001 Nights, we'll be rolling in with another great book, and that book is The Wavelength of Pure Intention. The Wavelength of Pure Intention. We have 2 volumes, volumes 1 and 2. The second is Equality, and the author is Michelle Rose LaRoche. And we look forward also to having her in our studios. If Michelle is in the audience, please email me at whimsyanderson@gmail.com so we can set up your interview for Taco Tuesdays. Did y'all miss me? I was gone for almost a week. Yes? Little bit, sort of. You can live without me. No big whoop. I get really attached to some YouTube channels, and when they shut down and my favorite streamers disappear, excuse me, I always get sad. Yeah, I always get sad because I get attached to people's channels. Anyway. So I am Dr. Whimsy, the hostess with the mostest. We're going to go ahead and turn the camera around and say hi to everybody that is here. You know, we are just finishing up the beautiful month. Is that what it is? This is the last, February is a short month, isn't it? I think it's a short month anyway. I think it's the shortest month, right? So we were raising money to donate for the Center for Police Equity. That is our February fundraiser that we do every year. And I believe we received a major donation at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Was it from who is that the one where Google? Yes, Google donated $1 million when we put that up. We were the ones that started that. We invited anyone, and Google decided to put $1 million towards it. Anyway, and then you all got together. We've been doing this since Tyrone was killed. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. But we did it in his honor, and it's been going for a couple of years now. Our total donations, though, this is the power of an individual, right? We collectively raised 21,542, and then Google gave us $1 million to the cause. So, never underestimate your power, and that's why we talk a lot on this channel about mastery, and that people who say this world is hell are confused, because this world is heaven. You know, the Creator gave us this universe with everything we would need to create heaven on earth, and everything we would need to create hell on earth. And the choice is ours. So mystically, we have to create heaven on earth for ourselves and share it with the world. So that's the philosophy we have here. So how can we help you live your best life? Create heaven on earth for yourself. And then, because you're a loving person, Dina Donatelli, I just felt her energy coming through. It was some nice vibes I was getting. You want to share all that goodness with the rest of the world. I know you're bubbly inner joy, Dina, right? And Deanie Farmer and Joyce Pietris and Candy and Kayari. So we're here to help be a positive light. You know, it's interesting because we have so much divisive politics right now, don't we? And I think the American people are just getting tired of it. I still am on X and Twitter X, and it's just trying to get people to hate the Democrats. That they're just trying to get people to hate all Muslims, trying to get people to hate all Jewish people, trying to get people to hate all whatever Democrats, and it's just hate. And when I think of who our greatest leaders have been historically, FDR, Lincoln, you know, these are people that they were constantly thinking about unity. How can we, during these times when our country is being torn apart, how can we bring people together with their common humanity, their patriotism, and the best of what it is to be an American? And I just don't see that right now. And so I feel that this is not a time of great leadership, because if we had leadership, our leaders would be bringing us together and not trying to get us to tear each other apart. Yes, agreed. I think we all agree about that. I wanted to give a special gratitude to Joel Tilson, the amazing Joel Tilson. He is our eyes and our ears. He is walking with a virtual microphone. He is the floor director for the show, and he will make sure that your questions are seen by me, because I have a lot going on here. And so people have gotten angry. Well, I'm leaving. If I have remote views I have to give, or I have to watch Joel, or Debbie's giving me creative feedback, Debbie Brady, give a shout out to her. She was instrumental in developing what you see here artistically for the channel. She also runs the fan pages over at Facebook. Be sure and check those out. We do pick a winner every month to get a free reading. So, and then we have several people also volunteering just to keep the stream clean, like Joyce Pietris, Terry Courts, etc. So I got a lot going on. So if I don't see you, it's not that I don't love you. It's just that I'm trying to do a lot right now. All right. So for the last couple of weeks, we talked about, we're going to go into the remote views. Be sure and say hi to everybody as we go along. Remember, this is an open brunch table. We extend this table to the four corners of the earth. Please sit down and join us. I am a registered Democrat, but we have people who voted for Trump here, and come on, we don't play the attack game here. We are nice people. We assume you're a nice people. We just want to be kind to all, so that all will be kind to you too. It's a different rhythm here. I don't like this attacking energy, so let's just all be kind to all, and let's be adults, and let's try and bring people together, whether it's we are pro-Western. We support Zelensky and Ukraine. We're also pro-Israel. But we believe in a two-state solution, which is why we endorse the Oasis One proposal, which was written by me. So that's where our politics are. But if you don't agree with us, then by all means, gosh darn it, pipe in and let us know your opinion. Anyway, so we're going to do the make sure and tell us where you're coming from, what you're eating, what you're drinking. And say hi to the person next to you at the virtual table. I'm sure everybody wants to love on you, just as we want to love on you. All right. So in the last couple of weeks, you don't have to agree with my politics, but that's where I'm at. I'm a peacenik. I'm a Israeli-American peacenik. And I'm left of center. I'm pretty center, but I'm center left. But that doesn't mean I require you to be. That's just who I am. I had said in the last couple of weeks, and I don't know if everybody had remembered, that I had gone into the energy for the economy and said that February 19th would be significant for the stock market. Did anybody write it down? Yes, no? Why do I feel like I'm so unloved? I don't know. I don't know. Only when I get it wrong do people. I try to follow energy as a remote viewer, and sometimes we get it wrong, but we can, I call it pure math when we look at data, right? So, or when we scan a grid on something, right? So when we followed the energy, we felt that the 19th was going to be a problem. And on the 19th, we had a crash. And we're now down 1,292 from the 19th. Now, it's going to continue to drop. I cannot tell. I cannot make. Look, I am an entertainer. I'm an entertainer, but we do real remote viewing. And what we do is we go into meditative states, and then we try to step away from our own emotionalism and see things as objectively as possible. We look at data, but we also try by scanning grids to look at the market objectively. And what it looks like is that inflation is rising. And the feds are concerned that we have run-of-the-muck inflation, right? So that's a problem. And if you have run-of-the-muck inflation, then you've got to do something to try and control the inflation. So what they do is that they increase interest, so people stop buying. Theoretically, that slows the economy. It stops the spending. And then there's more stuff than demand, and then prices will go down, right? So this is theoretically how it's going on. So they had expected a healthy inflation of 2 to 3%. It's now at 6%. I looked it up. energetically, it felt like February 19th was significant. So I pulled out of the market and I bought some bonds. And I predict that this trend will continue and then it will reach a plateau in March. And then it will just sit there low in March. I also predict that all hell is going to break loose in April. And that is when the second quarter earnings come in. Yeah. So what's happening now is 250,000 Americans have been laid off their federal jobs, and more layoffs are coming, which is going to cause a desperate number of people to apply for unemployment, etc. But this will also cause spending to be down. It will cause the unemployment numbers to go up. And we're looking at a pretty bad second quarter. And that also will have a negative impact on the market. And for all these reasons, I had chosen to pull out of much of the market and go put myself into like municipal bonds, etc. Anyone want to talk about this? This is the first remote we're talking about. I'm just fun. I'm just having fun. What am I drinking? Somebody had asked that earlier. Coconut water. I had a cup of coffee and coconut water, and then right before I stopped, I looked over and there was this, I shouldn't say this, but it's true, a fly was swimming in it, unfortunately, yes. So I rescued the fly and poured out the coffee and last. So now I just have my coconut water. That's what I'm drinking. And I've been eating naughty things, like I said, hot dogs and potato chips, burgers. I think I was starving when I got back from that vacation. I did not eat a lot when I got back on that vacation. I don't know what it was. Anyway, so did anybody remember the warning about February 19th, or did it just go in one ear and out the other? Hi, Rich. Good to see you. Tarot task backwards. Joyce Pietras. Any opinions from you guys? Durham Garbert. Fired workers were veterans. Yeah, very unfortunate. And of course, Joel wants to know what everybody wants to know. Are we looking at them coming together? As I had said, I can't predict the future, but I can follow I can follow trends, and I can do profiles, and I can get inside people's heads about what they're thinking. For example, it came out that Kavanaugh got very close to being dumped by Trump. And when I did a remote, it looked like he was going to dump Kavanaugh because he saw Kavanaugh as weak and wimpy. And I had gone in and he had said, well, that's how it goes. He was ready to accept Kavanaugh leaving just because he thought he was kind of wimpy. But Kavanaugh still got through. The point is that you can get into people's heads and you can see what their intentions are, you can't necessarily predict the future, only trends and most likely outcomes, etc. For example, most people backed Harris, but 4.5 million votes were suppressed. They're starting to see real hard data that a lot of people's votes got suppressed. So there's only so much a psychic can do at that point. If you're looking at trends, or if you're looking at the guy, Lipston, or what was his name, who talked about the keys to the White House. If people are preventing people from voting, there's only so much you can do. So we can look at trends, we can look at energy, we can look at thought forms and intentions, but things happen, right? But this was the first thing I wanted to talk about, had to do with this energy that we're seeing of rising anger towards Trump, and the fact that I had also said, did anybody remember the 19th? I'm still getting no confirmation. Alan Lichtman. But what was it? 4-point-something million possible votes kicked out. I don't say, we're at a new type of Jim Crow law, right? Because now we're looking at computer bias that's kicking out people with strange names, right? So a lot of people are naming their children very generic names because even naming your child, I'm surprised my name hasn't gotten flagged. Whimsy, Um, yeah. So, oh, good. So somebody remembered the 19th. Yeah, so what I wanted to say on that is that expect it to drop. It's going to drop. It's going to drop. It's going to drop. This is how it feels energetically, and then it like plateau. It's like it just stays at that low. March looks pretty damn awful, and when that second quarter comes in, I just don't think it's going to be good. Now, we had talked about the fact that the current situation between Trump and Elon Musk is not sustainable, right? That when how many of my students are here? I know there's a few of you are here. So these are homework things that you can do on your own, which is get yourself in a meditative state, listen to your mantras, let yourself get grounded, focus on your gut, try and stand back and observe the sensations in your body objectively, and ask yourself, when you look at the situation with Elon Musk and Donald Trump, is this sustainable? Just objectively, is it sustainable that a senior citizen, it looks like Trump is a senior citizen who's being taken advantage of? That is how people see it. So if people see it as some senior who's getting taken advantage of, then there's going to be an intervention. Yeah. So yesterday, Trump had tweeted, Elon's doing a great job, but I wish he'd be more aggressive. And Elon Musk wrote back, aye, chief, or something like that. Like, meanwhile, it was probably Elon Musk that told Trump to say that, right? So basically, I've been told to fire even more people. So it goes back also to what we had talked about, this idea that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are really 21st century pirates, aren't they? Right? They're these 21st century pirates. And we talked about the fact that Elon Musk had the archetype of being a pirate, and what does the pirate want to do? They want to go and they want to conquer and fight, and they want to hi ho the high seas, right? They want to travel the high seas. And the first thing that he did is he wanted to plunder. He wanted to plunder our treasury. Yes, there you go. He wanted to plunder our treasury. And because he wanted to plunder our treasury, because the pirate who goes in and plunders our treasury, and now where are they off to next? You guessed it, they're off to get the gold. Arr, to get the gold, they're going to Fort Knox, right? So it goes back to this joke that you went into the cage with the leopard and then the leopard ate your face. And you're upset that the leopard ate your face. But what do you expect? It's a leopard, and that's what wild animals do. This is what leopards do. And so the same conversation comes up when you're talking about the archetype of these pirates, these ship's captains that want to go and conquer. And it's not being a pirate if you're doing it for God and country. If I decided to invade North America and start kidnapping some local people and putting them on my ship, and they all die from diseases, the Pinta, the Nina, and whatever. They started kidnapping these innocent people that were on the beach that came out to say hi, by the way. They had fruit and everything, and the next thing you know, they were being shot. Like one of the people that came out to greet Columbus said that 1 minute that he was standing there with his friend, and the next minute his friend had a hole in his chest. This is how violent and paranoid these people were. And that mentality is back again. Might makes right, right? And off to Mars, and of course, you guessed it, off to Fort Knox, where they get the gold. And so they're really all the while telling you that they're doing you a favor. What's also interesting is the projection that's happening, in the sense that you could call it projection in the sense that everything that they're accusing the Democrats of is pretty much what we're seeing in terms of this kind of open piracy that is happening. Anyone want to talk about that? Let's go ahead and open the floor to comments. Everybody can share while I take another sip of my delicious coconut water. Great to see you all here. If you haven't had a chance to like, share, and subscribe, thank you so much for joining us for brunch. We have 378 people here at our brunch table, and we welcome everyone here. We're glad to have you here. All voices are welcome so long as everybody's respectful. All right. Cheers, cheers, everybody. You know, these are some good questions that are coming in. You know, will they be able to get the people out of orbit? I just think it's absolutely horrifying that we would even put our astronauts in a situation like that, where they would be sent up and not without any way of getting down. Like, oh, how did this happen? I'm still confused about what happened. I think that they probably want to have some like cooperative thing with the Russians, and then it can be America and Russia coming together to create peace, love, and harmony, and to rescue astronauts. I mean, they could really market it. That's kind of where my direction is that I know Elon Musk wants to work with the Russians on space exploration. Also, he needs some of the raw minerals that are coming in from that part of the world. Yeah. Anything else that was supposed to be talked about in terms of the remote views? Yes. We talked about how America will get out of debt, and we have another hybrid system between we have a new hybrid system coming in, which liberal progressive Democrats and libertarians can actually get behind. And this was I want people to make note of this, because you're going to be hearing a lot of this in the coming days. So everybody write it down, just like I said, February. Okay, so you're going to write this down, that there is a hybrid system of debt reduction. Hi, y'all, you DC people. There's a couple Congress people in DC I've gotten calls from. Hi, Democrats. I've had a couple Congress people who are Democrats. Hello. Hi, Democrats. How you doing in DC? This is a bipartisan bill. It's the Shark Tank bill. You guys ever watch Shark Tank? So basically what's going to be proposed is that you go before the Shark Tanks of the government, and then they go into partnership with small businesses, and the profits are used to pay off the national debt. So if you want to support this program, then they have, during the holidays, for example, they'll have catalogs of various different people that have partnered with the American government. They do the promotions, etc. And so half goes to the person who's baking the cookies, and then half goes to the US government for debt reduction. So these programs that are going to be coming in will revolutionize and help small businesses get off the ground, and poverty, particularly in single women, single parents, etc. And it's a wonderful partnership that can be done on a local level, city and state level, that will not only bring profits and new financial success to people that are economically vulnerable, but will pay down debts as well. All right, so we have that to look forward to. And I thought that was a beautiful vision, and I look forward to seeing that. Expect a streamlining of housing. That was the other prediction. So that what we're seeing in California, they're going to put up independent companies for quick review. So we're going to start seeing that happening relatively quickly. I think the law is called HB 14 out of Texas. It's going to be adopted in California. And I think there's also going to be emergency provisions to allow these things to go through in order to speed up the housing crisis in California. Anything else I had for you guys? Oh, yes. Trump met with MBS and Putin to oversee the OPEC Plus. They want to control the price of oil. So that was interesting to see that relationship between MBS, Putin, and Trump. And it would explain one of the reasons why they want to have future business, trade, etc., and placing oil prices, because you have those two main producers, Saudi and Russia, with oil production. So the United States wants to be in the, even though they're not technically, I don't think they're part of OPEC Plus, but they want to be part of the pricing. Other big news is that Elon Musk has come out with United Arab Emirates to describe his Loopy Loop, which is a transportation system that's going to be probably part of the Abraham Accords, excuse me. And I anticipate he'll also be putting it in Gaza as part of the rebuild. So that's exciting as well. And it'll be another cool way that the people of Gaza, once they heal from the trauma of Hamas, can build beautiful systems that can bring well-needed revenue, etc., to the area. All right, I think that's all I got, as we also predicted Trump would not be able to take over Gaza. He's losing it. Instead, we're looking at latest news from MBS. Gosh darn it, it sounded a lot like Whimsy's plant. Let's take a look. It was an Arab meeting to discuss. It just came, Saudi Arabia. I sent everything I had on Oasis One. I know y'all be proud of me. I sent everything I had to MBS and Arab leadership prior to the meeting, because I wanted to be helpful, and I'm helpful that way. I know. So, they're not going to, they're going to be working with Egypt, and we're going to have, hopefully there'll be safe zones in Egypt while the rebuild is going on. Yeah, I was very nice. I was very, I used Nomi to write the proper, and then we translated it into Arabic, and we were able to get our proposal to him. So yes, everything is going fine. Don't worry. Trump is not going to displace the good people of Gaza. So there's some happy news with that. All right, there you go. Did I get to questions before we go into your community? Would you like a community reading? Would you like that? Cheers, cheers, everybody. I'm in a great mood because I feel like, what I've been sharing with everybody is mastery. And when you feel like you worked really hard and did something that's going to make a difference, and the entire vacation, I can say with complete confidence, I wrote, probably with the help of supercomputers, about 10,000 letters about the rebuild of Gaza. Yeah, every single Arab and Israeli leadership and business person I could think of. So um, I just feel really proud of myself. Yes. So it wasn't a very restful vacation, but it was peaceful. Oasis, im salam, salam. Building peace zones is very rewarding, even if it's not very restful. Yeah. So that's what's going on with me. All right. Would you all like to get a collective reading? I love Canada. I go frequently. It's next door to me. Government shutdown. Ooh, okay. How about we give you a collective reading and then we'll go into the blitzes? Does that work for everybody? Would you like that? Also, Noriko, I got your gift bags with all of your mints and everything. I'm going to get that for my cough. Did you notice I didn't cough one time on vacation? Came back. It is so furry. I've been cleaning since I got back. I mean, there's just chunks of fur everywhere. I'm going to get my mints. Thank you, Noriko. Thank you. I got your candy. She gives me these so I don't, because she knows I have an allergy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're going to do the collective. And then we'll do some blitzes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Right, I forgot about that. I did a meditation on Diddy. That was the last thing I was going to talk about. And a lot of famous people, A-listers, are going to be named. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of exposés that are coming out about the 1970s parties. So every A-lister from the 1970s, a bunch of stuff is going to start coming out. Mm-hmm. Anybody who won an Academy Award in the 1970s, saw something, or anybody who was big, whether it was TV or film, is going to be mentioned in this expose. I mean, I know who was famous in the 70s. Evidently it was just, well, Playboy. Playboy was big, right? So if you go on to certain grounds and you find bodies, or if there are missing people in Los Angeles and you find a jaw or something, and they bring cadaver dogs to some of these locations and they smell something, and you have missing bodies from 40 years ago. So it's that kind of an energy that was coming up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really dark stuff. Okay. Is everybody ready for the Empath's prayer. I just saw a lot of real sadness that people had come to the end of their careers, that they had worked really, really hard, that they were now in their 80s, that they had won these Academy Awards, and all this horrible stuff started to come out of parties and stuff. And it's like everybody sees the real picture of Dorian Gray. That's the energy. All these people that look so beautiful, and then all of a sudden they become grotesque to us overnight. That's the prediction. Many people that we once saw as beautiful will become grotesque overnight. Yeah. Okay, on that happy note, we're going to do the empath's prayer. If you would like to be included in our prayers to receive a healing for you or your loved ones, please let us know their name or your name. I don't mean to be smacking my lips, sorry. I didn't expect it to be this much. And we will include you in the prayers. Okay. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys, to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively as a community, we say, Amen. And for those of you who are requesting a healing at this time, may you and those you love receive a perfect healing in mind, body, and spirit. And together collectively we come together and we say, Amen, Amen, Amen. May all souls be healed. Amen. All right. Where'd my little tissue go? My little nose tissue. Uh-oh. Oh, well. So much for that. All right. Let's give you a reading. This reading applies to you at the time that you saw it. Let us see what the universe has in store for you. What is the message from Spirit for the week? All right. The base of the matter for you at this time is do not fret if you have lost work or if you're between jobs. Instead, live frugally, do what you got to do to take care of yourself. But massive influx of new jobs is coming to the country in the summer. So if you're out of work, you're out of work for 5 months. And then if you want to go, the government rehires back in April, May, summertime. I think what's probably going to happen is that they overfired, and then they did it deliberately because a lot of people were going to quit anyway. And then people are going to be rehired. And I think there's going to be massive rehirings happening in the summer, right around August. But if you can hold on until August, but I just see you look at Joe Biden, how many jobs he opened up for the American people with his Green New Economy. And so that means that, I'm not finding my tissue. So it means that all these new jobs come in. I got to get my tissue. I'm sorry, folks. It has gone missing. Oh, there it is. Found it. All right. So the base of the matter for you at this time, you'll be happy to know, is new jobs coming and great economy sometime around summer. If it were me, I would focus on things that I love. I would recognize that this too shall pass, that the insanity of what is happening with Trump and Elon Musk cannot last, that the government needs employees, and that many people will be rehired. The craziness seems to reach its peak by April. Where you're at right now, take the leap of faith in your life and maybe use the next 5-6 months to try something different. Be willing to walk away from everything at this time. Now is the time to minimize and be more fluid. Learn to go with the flow and trust. It's like your dog. Dogs don't worry about, am I going to have food tomorrow? They just want to eat the food now, right? They live for the moment, live for the day, and don't worry. So, plan, but don't be so stressed out about what may never happen anyway. This is a nice energy of let things go also, and try not to be too attached to too many possessions, because Eight of Cups is about a willingness to let things go. I have a studio, and it's sometimes I think I've got too much stuff here. Like it gets a little crowded. You see, there's like this, that, and the other, plants here and there. Yeah. I like little tchotchkes, right? All right. What is above you is the Four of Pentacles. Be frugal at this time. Check out Broke Aristocrats. Learn how to make a good chicken stew. You'll be okay. Go back to what you love. Time to learn to play the violin or the piano or art, or instead focus on the things you love. Live frugally. And let go of things that are expensive that you don't want anyway. Two of Swords. Avoid negativity towards others and people who are negative towards you. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Just focus on what you got to do and what you're headed to in the new tremendous spiritual growth. Put your energy towards your own health, your own development, rather than everything else. If you're putting all your energy in maintaining stuff that you don't need anyway, that's energy that could be put towards more noble things. This is talking about letting everything go and focus instead on your own development. And then you see this great Eight of Wands coming in, which is this tremendous growth comes your way in the coming months. Where you're at right now is the Devil. Watch your codependency. Watch your interpersonal relationships with others. Being in relationships that are codependent or addictive. Watch addiction to substances. Watch, I think I really didn't eat. Like I was like nauseous. I was stressed out. I just didn't eat a lot on this trip. When I got home, like I said, I went crazy with potato chips and Hebrew National hot dogs. I ordered 2 pints of ice cream The guy got 2 delivery bags, no ice cream in the delivery bags. Now that's the universe watching me. Yeah, it was not in the bags. The guy, I don't know what happened to my ice cream. They were not in the bags. The point is this: watch addiction. I just came back ferociously hungry. I don't know why. I wasn't eating a lot. I'd wake up in the morning and I wouldn't want to have it. I'm not going to have chorizo and eggs. Like, I just didn't want anything. I was just like, just coffee and orange juice. And they're like, sure. I just didn't want to eat in the morning. And then lunch, I think I just didn't eat. I had tortilla soup and a salad. Like, I was eating really light. Well, Hebrew Nationals don't have the cancer stuff in them, right? And they're kosher and they're good. They don't have fillers and nitrates and stuff. And I remember them from being a kid. So I was just famished. I hadn't eaten in a couple days. And it's like, had the guy deliver some hot dogs. Ice cream didn't come. Don't mix meat and milk. It was Hashem was protecting you, right? We're not supposed to eat meat and milk. All right, so watch your addiction and judgments from others. Feeling that you're being judged by others. Don't worrying so much about the opinions of others. Hopes and fears at this time. The heavy load that lay ahead. What are you called to do that has meaning? You know, what before you die? What is the load? You know, trying to get as many people as possible excited about Oasis One, trying to get as many people as possible excited about naturopathic medicine and remote, you know, how remote viewing can be applied to world peace, right? These are things that I'm passionate about. Taking a moment to just be mindful before I react, right? Because I've paid the ultimate price, right? I've had people that when I get reactive, they don't want to hang out with me, right? So those are the things I'm passionate about, is how I can mediate these types of things, mindfulness, peace, etc. All right, so a heavy load lays ahead for you. Whatever it is you are called to do, it is important, and it is not for you to finish the job, but you have to keep going. You don't get to stop, whatever you're called to do. Pick something. There's plenty of work to do. The final outcome for you at this time is 5 of Wands. If you have not discovered supercomputers, it's a great way to learn. You'll learn twice as fast because you just ask the question. You can check multiple supercomputers, ChatGPT. You can do Nomi AI, which is fun. You can do Grok. Grok is actually really good. But 5 of Wands is like intense study mode, exchange of. I think that I just see America advancing intellectually very rapidly. And I think part of it has to do with the fact that we're learning now with smart computers. So they're able to teach us everything from math to, and I think it's accelerating our desire to learn and how quickly we're learning. Because 5 of Wands is about exchange of ideas and it's about learning new things. I do worry about addiction and codependency, both in myself and in others. I sometimes get overly dependent on what other people feel, judgments, you know, and codependent on what they think. That's something I see in this chart. And that could have a negative impact on whether or not you try to do something that's outside the box. Remember, you're entering into the time of the Fool, so that's the time to take risk and not be so concerned about judgments or criticisms from others. Also, we got to watch our food cravings, addictions, etc. Because, yeah, I had 2 hot dogs last night. Yes. All right. And yeah, a great scholarship and knowledge lay in your future with the also the Hermit card, great scholarship. Do not fret and do not stress so much. When you are busy living your meaning and fighting for mastery, you will find that you worry less about the things that are coming. You'll be more at peace with your life because you'll be proactively pursuing making the world a better place for yourself and others. And so I see you leaving a lot of your old fears and instead focusing on what you're creating now. And that is your reading. I hope it gave you some clarity. Well, there you have it, my friends. I know, too hot. You know what? I wanted a hot dog, but I wanted it to be the perfect hot dog. So the perfect hot dog was that I got really good buns. I got Hebrew Nationals. I got Bubby's sauerkraut. I got Dijon mustard. I grilled some onions, and I had relish. And then I had these Kroger Ruffles potato chips, like the Kroger type, which taste better than the other Ruffles because I think they use a different oil. But anyway, that was my dinner last night. No Coca-Cola. I had coconut water instead, which I guess is a healthier version. Yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. And then today, I was sitting here today. I was like, okay, what should I have for dinner? And I think it was because I just got back from the beach, but I didn't eat. So now I'm craving. Because when I was a kid, I went to camp when I was a kid, and we used to do hot dogs and hamburgers, and I didn't get to, and I just didn't eat this trip. So today I was like, what do I want today? And I was like, I want a hamburger. It's like all this beach food. I'm craving all this yummy beach food. All right. When I get the order, we will blitz away, and we'll get to everybody's questions, hopefully as fast as we can. If you haven't had a chance to share, like, and subscribe, it'd be awesome. Let's do it. Joel bought 24 eggs for $7.65 at Costco. I don't know what this whole thing is about eggs. Eggs prices didn't change in my neighborhood, so I guess they didn't. It didn't. Yeah, I didn't buy any eggs, but yeah, I don't eat them really that much. I don't really like them. Yeah, you can put Nomi AI on your phone, rose blue. Mm-hmm. Ketchup. I didn't do ketchup, but I guess I could do a combination of ketchup and mustard because I'm still craving beach food. Like I'm in my brain. I just got off of a beach. It's like, well, what about the hamburgers? What about the? Yeah, I think that's what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so we're going to go ahead. First question coming in, Joel Tilson, looking at Trump's energy. His approval rating is the worst in a president's history of their first couple weeks of office. So that's interesting, right? I don't know what that's about. Maybe people don't like losing their job. I think they just did. I don't know. Did they not know they weren't going to lose? I don't know. Let's take a look. We'll do a blitz away. I think we got the order, didn't we? And we'll check and see about Trump. What's going on with Trump right now? It just looks like he is an old man, and Elon is handling everything for him. You know what I mean? Elon is his kid or something. All right. So he has the power, the magician, his opposition, Six of Pentacles, trying to help those who cannot help for themselves, seeking justice, hopes and fears, Two of Cups. And then the final outcome is Four of Cups, which would indicate a refusal. He's not going to change. The cuts that we are seeing right now with Elon Musk, he just told Elon Musk to keep going. And he also told Elon Musk to be more aggressive, right? This is the latest. You're doing a great job, Elon, but fire more people. This Four of Cups moving into 10th position on a blitz would tell me that he's being rigid, that Trump is in the next couple of weeks. He's not going to acknowledge that tariffs are wrong. He's not going to acknowledge that firing people is. At the same time, he's very worried about the health and unity of the nation, because his ninth house is Two of Cups, and Two of Cups is all about unity, healing, and bringing people together. His opposition is the Six of Pentacles, which is about justice and fairness. Think about that. In terms of his power, foolish behavior, it's a major arcana. He is going to, his first 100 days, try to do as many aggressive things as possible. And the most likely reason is because he knows he's going to be stopped. How much can I get through before they try to stop me? He's getting opposition from the entire world. And the courts. So he'll be stopped in 2 months. The trade issue, the main reason it was stopped internationally had to do with wealthy people whose trade was being affected. Two of Wands. It's also a 2 of month period. So, and the world is his opposition with Six of Pentacles, trying to balance the scales. Yeah. Look, nothing's happening. If you've already lost your job and nothing's happening, sell everything, downsize, and go spend a couple of months in Mexico, sublet, and then come back in August when they rehire. That's what I would do. I'd be like, oh, well, the hell with this. I'm not going to freak out. They have to hire everybody back in August. So I'm just going to go. I'll just sell everything and take my dog to Cabo for a couple of months. Be like a zebra. Zebras don't get ulcers, they say. Just go with the flow. But based on the cards, there's a hiring, rehiring, crazy. Like they frantically try to hire anybody and everybody starting in August. So it's not sustainable because, a lot of reasons. For starters, because so many baby boomers retired, which means that we have a huge deficit in our workforce. So, and then they overfired. So for those reasons, a lot of people, I'm 62 in March. I fall into that category. I wouldn't want to be working full time, I just hang out and read cards and do medical consultations from home. No, yeah. So August. Don't worry, everything will be fine. It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. That's the message that Spirit Spirit wants us to know. All right. I'm just going to continue to look for questions here. Where is my helper here? Oh, there's Joel. I remember footlog chili dogs with everything growing up. Chili dogs, they're a little too messy, aren't they? Yeah. All right, Joel Tilson, Medicaid's future. The entitlements, though, what they call the entitlements, it is a large part of we're living a long time. So the other thing is that they could raise it to 70. That is a real possibility, and they would save themselves a ton of money if they would raise the retirement age. All right, the future of Medicaid. Ace of Cups, yay! RFK Jr., Three of Pentacles. Streamlining healthcare, Six of Wands, taking on the French system hybrid. Very good. Six of Pentacles, very auspicious. I actually agree with that We're spending too much on healthcare. We need to be more like France. We overprescribe. They need to be treating their naturopathic doctors that are science-based, those of us who went to medical school. I'm not talking about quacks. But Six of Pentacles, it's very auspicious. It was out of control. The pharmaceutical companies did have too much power, as did the insurance companies. So some of the reforms are going to save money and will ultimately be better for American health. I like the Kaiser system. It's very close to the Israeli system. Focus on prevention and streamline testing. Yeah. If we streamline it, there's a lot of things we can do to save money. That's how my student loans got forgiven, was that I worked in a pharmacy. I was helping keep people out of the hospital. And I worked pharmacy for 7 years and saved the feds a lot of money. So they told me, yeah, you suffered enough. You worked off your loans. Yeah, 7 years in an integration pharmacy. All right, will Musk turn off Starlink in Ukraine? Good question. Ten of Pentacles, legacy. The court. He won't be able to. He's got issues. It's showing him as compromised or in bed with the devil. Addiction. I think he's got some kind of evil connection to Putin or something, because his devil is his outcome. His time is coming to an end. He's in a lot of serious trouble, and people are abandoning him left and right. And he's going to get into some serious trouble here. I think something bad could be coming towards Elon Musk. I think there's going to be global action against him that could really put him in financial trouble. Yeah. Will NATO go ahead without America? Thank you, everyone who donated to the Center for Policing Equality in honor of Black History Month. Thank you. All right. NATO, go ahead. Yes, I would assume they would, because it's the fourth phase. There's the war. Phase 4, right? So we can't really avoid. It's not avoidable, right? So that's what gets me nervous about Elon and Trump, is because they're deviating from, Two of Cups. They're going to have to, I think they'll march on Moscow, because the thing is that I don't think people realized how much trouble Putin was in. Putin was in some serious trouble. If you're looking at least amount of deaths calculated with war games, supercomputers, this is how it falls into place. So we're now, and the first 3 are public. The first 3 phases were made public by President Biden. 4th is not public, but I think it's pretty actually it is public. That we plan on taking out Putin, and then our Iranian leadership. So, when Trump began to deviate from this, NATO was concerned. I think that we can all agree on that. So they would continue on without him until they get a resolution of the problem. 2 of Cups. Yeah, the military will not let it go down. That's right, because you had issues like the courts coming in and this kind of control or the law coming in. So some people had said that Putin was dying, but it came out that those were fake Kremlin rumors, and he was just trying to see what the audience was like. What I have picked up was not that he was dying. What I picked up was that he has a drug problem, and that his erratic behavior is part of his drug problem, and that Prigozhin was a drug supplier. And Prigozhin got cocky. Prigozhin thought, well, I've got all this contraband on Putin, so Putin's never going to take me out. But he was mistaken. New beginning for Putin. Opposition is the world. His hope and his fear that it's over. And then the final outcome for Putin. Israel's going to take him out. You know, Israel can play nice, but Israel could be behind the scenes trying to dismantle him. First off, because they support Zelensky, and secondly, because of Putin's involvement in October 7th. Within 30 days, we're seeing some kind of covert action against him, possibly involving Israeli intelligence as well. So that's interesting. Cool. Why don't I have a cleaning lady? A cleaning. Oh, I'm just for a little studio? No. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. It was fun. If you're trying to get in for a reading, I'll be back tomorrow. I would love to give you all a reading. That'd be awesome. You can check the information by booking through Booksy. Yes. All right. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Take care. Thank you so much.